everyone. I'm Angela Daly, the owner and publisher of West Georgia Woman Magazine, and today we are really honored and pleased to have Dr. Allison Key, who is the GOAT. And if anybody doesn't know what that means, it's greatest of all time, in my opinion. She is the owner of 316 Healthcare and Spa 316, and she and her husband are also owners of Key Farms in Carrollton and Bremen. So we're so happy to have her here today, and thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me. You're too kind.
Well, you know I always think you're the GOAT.
Well,
and I tell you that
you're kind to say that.
A lot, because you come up with so many wonderful ideas for your business, and you know I am a huge admirer of everything that you've done.
Thank you.
Over the past, what is it now, 8-9 years?
8.5, if I'm being
years.
technical, yeah. Mm-hmm. Some days it feels like 28, and some days it feels like 8 months, but
yeah,
8.5.
No, I know. And it's not easy being a business owner, and you have just expanded so much in the past 8.5 years. I mean, I don't know how you do it all. I know you have a great team,
yep, a great team.
Lots of people who help you run things, but tell me how you got started initially.
So I'm the best at making a short story long, so I'm going to try to keep this brief. But I had started just feeling a little poorly physically, mentally, thought maybe I just burnt out. Had some abnormal blood work, went for some testing, and I was working for another health system then. And I thought, I have not been a doctor that long. I can't be that burnt out. Sort of got a potentially scary diagnosis. And I sometimes leave this part out because I get excited talking and God is good. And I don't want to leave this part out that I am fine. It all worked out fine in the end. But sometimes God has to push you in a corner to make you do what he's calling you to do.
Right.
So for a long time, I had just been feeling like the way we were doing medicine it was losing kind of its focus on what I felt like it should be on. And it may be really cliche, but I really did go into medicine because I wanted to help people. And I genuinely love people. And kind of feel like sometimes you got to meet people right where they are. You can't just tell them what they need to do. You got to kind of help them figure that out on their own. So anyway, proposed an alternate work schedule and all these things to the employer at the time. And they were just like, no, we can't open that can of worms for people. And I was like, it's the 21st century. You know, you got to be able to let women, moms, I had 2 little kids at the time who are now teenagers and I'm about to start driving. Like, what in the world? But they were little at the time, and I was kind of facing, just sort of this existential crisis, if you will. Mm-hmm. And so I said, well, then I quit. And this is, again, how God works. I didn't have a geographical non-compete in my contract, so I was able to just open a practice down the road effectively in my hometown. Mm-hmm. And we were going to just have one small practice, like family medicine on one end, medical spa on the other end, because that was something I'd always really been interested in. And I do genuinely believe, as women especially, it's true for men too, but especially as a woman, when you feel confident, when you feel good in your own skin, you just approach life differently, whether it's with your family, with your job, whatever. When you feel good about the way you look, and it's not really about vanity, it's more about confidence. You just approach life differently. So we're going to have this hybrid model, and we're going to have this one office. And we really thought the office we started in was too big. We will never need this much space. 6 months later, we are out of space. We'd already hired another provider. So at that time, we started with 2 providers, me and my PA Erica, and 8 employees when we opened the doors. And now 8.5 years later, it's like 32 providers and 12 or 13 locations. And I mean, I don't even know the number. 13 locations and about 160 employees. So it's way, way more than I ever asked or dreamed or imagined it would be. And it comes with its own set of headaches and whatnot. And again, all the medical stuff worked out fine. But I really think it was a matter of sometimes you got to be pushed into a corner, right? Kind of really listen to that dream God planted in your heart and say, okay, I'm gonna walk out this purpose and do things a little differently for myself. It doesn't mean that I worked less, but I think it created an opportunity where the work included my children. So I do have more flexibility, I guess you could say, in a sense, as a business owner, and spending time with my children, but also they've spent time with me too, and learned the flip side of things. So
Right.
it's been a family affair, certainly.
Yeah, and I think that's good for the kids too, though. You know, I mean, to have them see how you put food on the table,
Yeah,
literally
yeah,
for you guys,
yeah, literally for us too.
literally
Yeah,
and figuratively for y'all because of your farm,
yeah, for sure.
but also for your business. And it is so difficult to start from the ground up. And I mean, I literally got chills when you just said 13 locations now
Yeah.
and 160 employees.
Yes.
I mean, that's amazing.
Well, thank
It
you.
really is.
I'm not a business person. It's been a huge learning curve. I wish I'd taken some business classes. But it's been a huge learning curve. But I think sometimes there is success born out of not knowing any better, if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, you don't know any
Right.
better, so
Yeah.
you just do. And I think that's one of been I guess the secret sauce is we've just kind of kept things flexible and free to live on that mission and that foundation that we started out with, that we can meet people where they are and that we can provide, particularly women, but all people, all men, women, whoever, the opportunity to have some flexibility. And there are times in life where you've got to be the breadwinner. There are times in life where your family needs you more.
Right.
So to be able to kind of, whether you call it job share or whatever you want to call it, we've been just tried to be really flexible and supportive of all of our employees for their different seasons of life and just try to figure it out.
And I think that shows too, because, you know, whenever I visit one of your locations or go to Key Farms or whatever, it's just everyone just seems content.
Well, good.
You
I'm
know?
glad. I hope so.
I mean, it's great because, like,
Yeah.
sometimes you can go into a place
Yeah.
and you can really tell people do not like where
yeah,
they work.
yeah, for sure,
You
for
know,
sure.
so, and I mean, obviously, you're probably going to have some people who will never be pleased, but I think for the most part, everyone I've ever encountered at any of your locations just seem to be so content.
Well,
And
thank you.
It's great.
We are, David and I both are kind of big believers in when you take good care of your people, they'll take care of your business. And so we just try to create a culture and a workplace environment where people enjoy coming, you know, and you can't fake chemistry. You know,
Right.
we've moved people around. We've given different job opportunities. We've tried different things, living and learning as you go. But when you spend more time at work than you do at home, you know, and you're spending more time with your coworkers than
Yeah.
you do your family,
It's true.
sometimes it's important that you look forward to going there.
Right.
Work is work. Some days are just going to be
Yeah.
less than others,
Right.
but for the most part, I think we've been very fortunate to have good people who are like-minded. They genuinely care about what they're doing and why they're doing it, and that shows
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
for sure.
So let's talk about all your locations. So I think I know all of them, where they are, because we always start distributing the magazine. Every time when I hear you have a new location, I'm like, okay, to my distributor.
to the
Okay, we
list.
got a new location
Yeah.
for Dr. Key. And she's used to that now. She's
Yeah.
like, oh boy, where is it now?
I know.
So you have locations in Bremen. You have several, though. So you have your spa
We do.
over there near the post office.
We do. We have a family medicine office, a spa.
Now, the family medicine is right by the spa over there.
It is. And it was
Okay.
the first office. The family medicine
Yes.
office is where we started. And then we have the spa. And it was originally in the main office, but then we spread across the road to the big 2-story
Yeah.
house. And that's where it was for a long time until recently. And so circle back, we do have a spa in Bremen. We have massage and soon to be chiropractic office in between those two. Yeah.
Really?
Used to be a little blue
Oh.
house. That's what we called it, the little blue house or the LBH. Then we painted it black, so it's a little black house. So it's still the LBH. So it's in between the family medicine spa that said the massage therapy, and then soon chiropractics will be there.
Wow.
We wound up moving our admin offices into the 2-story, the big house. Yeah. First of all, I'm a sucker for old houses, and I love
Beautiful.
love the house.
It's
I think
so beautiful.
I think it is the oldest house in the city of Bremen in the Bremen city limits. So there's a lot of history there, but it is over 100 years old. So there's some work, some maintenance, some upkeep that needs to be done. And having so many people in and out every day is a lot of wear and tear. And then the work that needs to be done is going to be a little bit disruptive to the spa environment. So
Right.
we made that switch, and it's so far so good. 100-year-old houses aren't necessarily ADA compliant
Right.
or
yeah,
easy to make
yeah.
them ADA
Sure.
compliant either. So
Well, I've
Selfishly,
been to the new location. I mean, the new,
yeah.
and I mean, it's just fun.
Yeah, it's got a good layout. It was
Mm-hmm.
kind of an office space like that to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Selfishly, I love having my personal office in the old house too. But
Oh yeah, I'll bet.
and then we have a kids corner, an urgent care, and an infusion center all in Bremen, and a Mercantile location.
Mm-hmm.
And then in Carrollton, we have a family medicine, infusion, urgent care, kids corner. And then we have a family medicine in Rambert and a family medicine in Villarica. But Amber also went to Villarica, so it's kind of the combo family medicine kids corner. It's a
Okay.
super cute office over there, fun and vibrant.
Yeah.
But Dr. Boss and Amber both have those like fun personalities, so
Oh,
kind of
that's great.
suits them. Yeah.
Uh-huh. And I think it's nice too that, there's more options in the
Oh, yeah,
area
yeah.
for, because like I feel like before you came along, it was very hard to get an appointment, with certain medical
Sure,
offices because
sure.
everyone was just so
Yeah,
packed with
yeah,
patients.
yeah,
you
for
know?
sure.
And so I feel like that's a great option especially for parents.
Oh, yeah.
If their regular doctor, if they just all of a sudden their child's sick and they can't go
Can't
to
get
their
in.
other doctor, then maybe they could go to your
For sure.
location. And then of course I'm sure they make you guys their regular doctor and vice versa or whatever. So
Well, we're always glad to help. You know, the name of the game has really just been for us about eliminating barriers to care, meeting people where they are, and just trying to help people achieve their health goals and educate people about what their health goals hopefully should be.
right.
I mean, sidebar, not really about me, but or my business, but there's such a huge population of people now that don't vaccinate at all.
Oh,
And so that's become a huge part of our pediatric practice. And we spend a lot of time trying to help educate parents to make informed decisions. I mean, at the end of the day, it's your child or it's your body and it's your decision to make.
right.
But we want people to make good informed decisions. And you can't do that if you're not interacting with those people and
Yeah.
creating an environment where it's safe to ask questions and
Sure.
safe to make those decisions. So just all kinds of challenges in the medical industry to overcome in the past 8 years.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. And I mean, not even to mention the health insurance and the
Oh, yeah.
Medicare
Yeah.
and Medicaid and all that. I'm sure that's a big bunch of red tape that you have to go through
you
constantly.
can't even imagine. Like we have been, just in total transparency, been in this crisis is not the word, but this major overhaul of our medical billing and coding department, and it has everything to do with credentialing with insurance payers and how we get paid and changing up who we credential with and how it all this stuff. And so I'm in like the thick of it right now. I'm just down in the trenches trying to get it done, figure it out, make
Yeah.
good decisions, get the paperwork that they need for this or that or whatever, get it all, back seamless. But I can't help but think like this is a Washington, D.C. level problem, really. Like it should not be this complicated. Health
Right.
insurance in this country, in this modern day and age, should not be this complicated. Not for doctors, not for patients. This is crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's one of the ways I guess AI has, I don't know if it's negative or positively impacted our industry too, because there's so much like automated processing of claims and whatnot now. And if you don't use the exact right verbiage or the exact right, number digit combination, it kicks it back and it's like, poke
Yeah,
my
there's
eyes
not
out.
a real person.
No, there's not a real person looking at
reviewing
it. Now you learn to play the game. You send the letters and the numbers they want to see, and now it's
Sure.
very automated and it's very
Yeah.
seamless. But it's like, holy smokes, Batman! Should not be this hard. It should not be this hard.
Right. I feel like AI is a good tool in certain circumstances, but obviously they've stolen pretty much everything from publishers like me and everyone else out there, the AI to learn
Oh, yeah.
how
Yeah.
to write and
That's
everything.
wild. I think about
Yeah.
writers a lot when it comes to AI stuff. Like,
Yeah. Even, Dr. Ann Richards, I kind of just happened upon a website recently that the New York Times, I think it was the New York Times created, or it could have been the Washington Post. But anyway, they had created a website showing all of the books that these AI people had stolen to teach their systems. And like she had like 8 books
oh my
that
gosh,
she wrote that was on that list. And Dr. Fred Richards, he was also in there too. I mean, it's crazy.
Well, it's a compliment to them in a sense, but it is
Right. Yeah.
it is a wild
But it's
world we're
still
living in.
stealing
Yeah, it is.
copyrighted
Yeah, it is.
information. So yeah, that's tough. Hopefully there'll be some new laws put in place for that.
Yeah, it'd be like everything else that's new. There will have to be some ebb and flow of it.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, I don't really worry about the AI part of things too much because there's nothing that will ever replace human contact.
Right.
Period.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah, you're right. But it can be
Yeah.
a useful tool. And I do think if you use it in the right way, it can be. But I think if you use it in the wrong way, obviously it could hurt a lot of people.
for sure.
But yeah, so, and I think it's even going to be better for us because you can't really go online now and believe anything that you see.
No, you can't.
And in our magazine, it's the written print, we know that people can trust us, people know they can trust us. But you go online, I mean, they can make fake videos now with AI.
I know.
People-
We were just joking before we went live here about like the edits, what gets cut out. And I was like, it never really dies,
No.
because there's somewhere that this data all lives.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the scary part to think about. But then I'll talk about the farm. This is when you just have to unplug and you go stand barefoot on the grass and you have to think about, okay,
Right.
what is real in life and what things do I know are
Yes.
real and true. And
That's right.
it's like the magazine is a printed original, can't make this stuff up.
Right. Yeah.
This comes from the heart and from real life interactions. And so come back to center. We always
That's
swing
right.
back to center.
Yep. And that's why I think AI is going to be perfect. I mean, great for our magazine, honestly.
Sure.
Because it's going to be very hard for people to trust anything online. And now it is.
I think it'll be a twisted way to get around to the fact that a younger generation who is raised in this environment from the get-go won't be kind of like our generation is now, where everything we read online we take as fact.
Right,
They will learn from the beginning to question
They'll
everything.
be cynical.
Yeah, well, maybe.
Yeah.
Or maybe they'll just be able to be better at sorting out facts and fiction than,
Yeah, that's
than
right.
some of our current population is.
I know. Well, so let's go back a little bit because I want people to know, and I know we've written an article about you before. You really need to be on the cover too one day. We need to
Goodness.
put that in. We need to put that in the works. But we've written an article about you before in your business when you first started.
Yeah.
It was probably about a year after you
Yeah,
started.
yeah.
And we talked a little bit then about your life. And so let's just let everyone know, kind of give everyone a little reminder about you and your earlier years.
Sure.
So you went to Bremen High
I went
School?
to Bremen High School, yeah.
That's your
Born
hometown.
and raised there, yeah. I started when I was like a junior in high school to University of West Georgia at the Advanced Academy. It no longer exists. Now everybody does dual enrollment, But at
Right.
that time, I lived on campus even for my last 2 years of high school. But I was getting,
did?
I was getting like dual credits at that time. So when I graduated high school, I had 2 years of college behind me. So went to, finished out at West Georgia, and then I went to Mercer University in Macon for medical school, and then Floyd Family Medicine residency. I got married. David and I met when I was at West Georgia. He's from Bowden. So we joke now that our kids are in school in Bremen that he was a red devil and he married a blue devil, and now he's raising blue devils. So he's
there.
like purple at the knees. But no, we met at West Georgia. We got married right before I graduated medical school. That way I wouldn't have to worry about changing my name on my.
Oh, yeah.
All those
Oh,
things.
that's smart.
Well, it was one last
Good
hassle,
thinking. Yeah.
I always
that's right.
joke though, my younger brother and his wife were engaged at the same time, and so I got married 6 weeks before they did, and I was like, I couldn't let y'all get married. My younger brother get married before I did.
Right.
But then came back home to practice after finishing family medicine residency. We wanted to have a baby, struggled with infertility for several years, went through all the things you go through trying to have a baby. We kind of got to the point where the doctor said, well, it's either AI. Oh my gosh. AI baby. I have an AI baby.
Well,
And you know
that
what?
could be a possibility
Well,
one
it
day.
is. Well, and we AI artificially inseminate cows sometimes. So none of the above, IVF or adoption. David said, well, let's just take the summer off, let's just think about it or whatever. So we did. take the summer off. That sounds so technical, but just quit thinking about
Right,
it, worried
yeah,
about it, whatever.
yeah.
So we'd been married about 5 years. And then my daddy, who was just the sweetest, best guy, funny, hilarious,
I
so
remember
kind,
him.
so
He
generous.
was very, very sweet.
Yeah. Struggled with alcoholism though for years, and with alcoholism goes depression, and so just a long struggle. And he committed suicide at the end of that summer. We were my brother and I were out of town, and got that call. It took us like the longest 24 hours of my life to get from Grand Teton, Wyoming to Atlanta, Georgia. And I was like, we're going to the busiest airport in the world. Why is this taking so long? But
Right.
that's how it happens. The following week, I found out I was pregnant with our sweet little girl. Crazy little side note, at the time, I kind of had like this dream vision. I don't know what you want to call it, but it was my daddy telling me that he was okay and that I was going to find out really soon that I was going to have a baby.
Oh my gosh. I've got chills.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you dreamed that
Yeah.
before you found out
Yep,
you were pregnant?
Yep. 2 days later, I had a positive pregnancy test. Had not even missed my period yet. So she was just a gift. God just knows what you need when you need it most. So she's a gift. And she, God love her, has been like an old lady her whole life. We call her Mama. That's like her nickname. We joke with her. But she's just an old soul. She was born an old soul. She's just always been such a blessing to us. And then after all that struggle with infertility, 2 years later, without trying, we were pregnant with Luke.
Wow.
So we had two kids, 2 years
Back
and
to
2
back.
weeks apart. Yeah. Yeah. And he's crazy. I say if she got all the best of us, if she got the very best of me and David, he got everything else. And it's not all bad, but it's just everything else. No, he is sweet and smart, and he's made me smile and laugh every day of his life. So,
Oh.
he's a treat. But so then that was it. All the endometriosis came back with a raging anger after that, and I had a hysterectomy when Luke was a year old, and so that was that as far as making our family. But we live on the farm that David grew up on.
And that's in Bowden.
It is in Bowden. We're about 8 miles from West Georgia College, the University of West Georgia. See, sometimes I still go back.
Right.
The University of West Georgia, so we're not far from town, but it's where he grew up, and we bought our first 8 cows when we first got married, and now we have about, 300. It's a lot of cows.
Wow.
We have a bottle calf right now in our barn.
Oh, how precious. So
Yeah.
do the kids get to feed?
Oh yeah.
the calf
They
with
have
the
to.
bottle?
They have to.
Oh, they have to,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're gonna have to help out around here.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah,
so
they
how
learn
does
how
that
to.
happen? Like the mama just doesn't want to.
The mama, this
Or the mama
particular mama
passed
that
away?
passed away. This calf was
Aw.
really big. We've worked hard on kind of like the genetics of our herd, and there's a lot that goes into that, making sure like babies are the appropriate size for their mamas and whatnot. But
Yeah.
this particular mama was kind of one of a leftover from a bigger set of cows that we had at one time, and this calf was just huge, and we really don't know other than she had the baby and was able to clean her off and kind of tend to her, and then I think she probably hemorrhaged or something in the little postpartum period. But so she she died, and so sometimes another mama will adopt that orphan baby, but this particular time it didn't happen. So she's been living in the barn, a
my
little bottle
gosh.
calf. And
How often do you have to feed her?
twice a day right now. It's like 4 times a day the first few days, and then it's it spaces out, so she's twice a day. But it's funny how quickly they
Grow.
yes, and how quickly they learn you and know you and are like
They know you're their mama.
yeah,
and has
they
the food.
start hollering for you or chasing you around,
Oh, bless. Oh my gosh.
But it's fun. It's
yeah.
fun.
Yeah. Well, that's really cool. So, how big is like a bottle for a calf? What show us?
It's like
size.
was 4 quarts. It's a 2-pint bottle. You
Wow.
know? So you put all that calf starter mix in it, and it's kind of a dense milk and.
Do you just hold it and pet it, or do
Pretty
you just
much,
hold it? And
pretty
just-
much. Just
yeah.
oh no, we'd love on it, of
Okay.
course. How can you
I
not love on a
figured.
little
I know,
baby while you're
yeah.
feeding it? So
Yeah.
it's
That's so
sweet.
sweet.
We've
I love
only
it.
we've only had 2 bottle calves in probably the past 3 or 4 years. It doesn't happen very often, luckily. I mean, it's sweet, but it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
So
But such a good learning lesson, I think, for your kids too.
for sure,
You know?
for sure.
I think every part of a farm would be such an interesting lesson for your children.
Well, they definitely learn the
goes into it.
cycles of life and death
Yeah.
sooner, and even reproductive cycles, which as a doctor, I've not shied away from answering their questions and all things. So it's just
it's life.
It is life. Yeah, that's just real life. So they just learn it. Luke is especially like an animal lover, so he really takes it hard when something happens to one and takes it to heart, like feeding this bottle calf. Like they love it. But you learn to drive earlier, and they learn to drive tractors, and they learn to do all the things as dirty farm kids.
Yeah.
So
free labor too.
That's right. But it's a pretty
I
wholesome.
heard you can work kids as much as you want on a
That's
farm. Or
right.
something.
That's exactly right. Mine are pretty spoiled, but no, they do get their fair share of work for sure. But
well, it is a beautiful farm. We've been there
you.
multiple times for various events that you guys have. So tell us what you're going to have this year at the farm.
Oh, the strawberries are back, and they look great. So
y'all had a problem last year, didn't you? It was some kind of a blight.
I kind of referred to it as like the COVID of strawberries. It wiped out a lot of farms across the country.
That's terrible.
And
if they're relying on that.
and a lot of them were. It wasn't just kind of a side hustle. It was bad enough for us, but it was really detrimental for a lot of farm families. But it started at the distributor of the baby plants. There's only a few of those around the world, and it started with one of them. And so our distributor was kind of wiped out. So then we just got a few plants, and they didn't do well. So, but so far, knock on wood, nothing this year. They all look great. Deer are the biggest headache for us.
Oh, yeah.
This year. But we've got field trips scheduled, come out to the farm, to the strawberry patch and pick all through the spring. And once we get a little bit closer, a few more weeks, we'll start announcing some you pick dates where people can come out and pick strawberries. We've got a tulip festival scheduled for the 28th of this month because we got a small field of tulips growing.
Gosh,
yeah, we're going to start growing that side of things for early spring. And so we'll have vendors and food trucks and all things out the end of this month. And we'll have strawberry season, and we'll go from there. But the Mercantiles are open year round.
And I love going to Key Farms. I know I talk about this all the time, probably ad nauseum, but I'm telling you, the meat at your place at the Key Farms, I always go to the Maple Street one because we're here in Carrollton, is so good.
Thank you.
And the reason that I buy it from you is I know that, first of all, you're a medical doctor.
Yeah.
You don't give your animals any kind of hormones or anything like that to make them grow faster or any of that kind of stuff. And you know what to feed them. Like, you're very conscious about what you feed your animals. And I think it's great. It's so much healthier.
Yeah.
And honestly, the price is pretty comparable.
We try to keep it, comparable,
than what you would get at a grocery store.
Yeah. It's definitely a healthier option. We did a lot of research and a lot of dreaming and scheming and planning. And then when COVID happened and you couldn't buy beef, or when you went to buy it, it was exorbitantly high. That's kind of when we pulled the trigger and said, okay, let's do this. Let's start going direct to consumer instead of all the middlemen. And we really got serious about, it's called regenerative farming, but it's basically giving the land back to God in the way that, that's how I describe it anyway. And it's just minimizing your input. So we don't spray pesticides, and no, we don't give our cows any kind of hormones. And if they ever get sick and have to have an antibiotic or something, they're culled from the herd, as far as they're not going to be processed to feed to anybody.
Right.
Just really making sure that what they get is pure. And so then what you eat is pure. And, there's a PhD doctor we got his PhD, I think, at Duke University. Now he's at the University of Utah in their food sciences department. And he's done a lot of research on grass-fed beef. And so when it's done on that regenerative farming with fewer inputs, no pesticides, all those kinds of things, it's got higher phytochemicals than even wild-caught salmon.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, we can't really talk, direct correlation and causation are two different things.
Yeah.
But when you talk about things that are heart protective, we know phytochemicals are cardioprotective. So, there's a growing movement in the medical field it's not red meat necessarily that is the problem. It is all the processing that goes into red meat.
Right.
That is the problem, but that's true for everything we eat. The more processed it is, the more likely it is to be bad for you.
Right. Yeah.
So cutting out your food miles and cutting out, minimizing the inputs and just raising these cattle as naturally as possible leads to a healthier product.
Hey everyone, spring is here, and when the temperatures start rising, there's nothing better than staying cool and comfortable at home with the AC running. That's why I trust Addison Smith. They offer 24-hour repair service, so no matter when something goes wrong, you're covered. And right now, they're running a spring AC tune-up for just $99. Can you believe that? That is such a great deal. Addison Smith is an authorized Carrier factory dealer, and all of their technicians are NATE certified, so you know you're getting expert service every time. If you want peace of mind going into the warmer months, give them a call at 770-832-9006. Again, that's 770-832-9006, or visit addisonsmith.net to schedule your spring tune-up. Addison Smith, giving you more since 1954.
Glad that you see that it shows.
It does. I love it. I love the meat. It tastes wonderful.
Thank you.
Sydney was so funny, my daughter. She texted me a couple of days ago, and she's like, may I come by and get a beef, please? Because I always stock up on Key Farms ground beef.
Yeah.
And we've had the ribeyes there. We've had a lot of the different steaks, different meats there. Man, I've got a picture. I might try to find that in a minute of the ribeyes that I did last year. My little nephew wanted steak for his birthday, so we did a little party for him. And I bought the ribeyes from your place. And it's kind of funny because y'all flash freeze them.
We do.
And when you do that, they look like this big.
Yes, they do. They do.
And so, I bought several. I think I had to buy like 13 or 14. We had a lot of people coming. And they were like this big. And I was like, I thought it'd be good, because we'll have the baked potato and everything. Girl, when I thawed those things out, they were like this big.
You're like, oh, this is more than I thought it was.
No, it was. But they were delicious. But I took a picture of those because they were just so pretty and just big and everything. I was
Just
like,
right.
wow.
Yeah, the flash
they were
freezing
awesome.
is one of the efforts, and when we found our processor, because it preserves all the nutrients. Like a slow freeze process, you lose some of the nutrients from just like you would if you were just fresh butchering it. Maybe someday we'll have a fresh butcher counter too, but
Oh my gosh.
one thing at a time
It's
here.
probably
One
in
thing
your
at a
mind
time.
already. You've probably already been planning
Listen,
that.
this mind, what's in my brain is not. I can't even put it all out there. Everybody would quit and walk away and say, "No, we're not doing it." I got to save some things for my children to do
Right,
someday.
there you go. That's right.
No,
but the
it's,
flash frozen is very good for you.
yeah, it's part of like the preserving the nutrients so that and it's easy to thaw out.
It is. It's so easy, really. The hamburger. And honestly, sometimes if I don't even have time or don't think to thaw it out, for the hamburger meat in particular, I will just put that in there with a little water in the bottom of the pan and then just cook it, and just takes a little longer to cook, but
Not that much longer. I will put mine. I mean, I don't know that this is recommended, but this is what I do. I'll just run some hot water in the sink and sit in there for about 5 minutes. And because they're flat packed and not round packed, in 5 minutes
thaw
they're
very
ready to
quickly.
cook. So
yeah,
it works.
yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff.
Well, thank you.
I really
Appreciate that.
enjoy that, and we try to give Key Farms gift cards to a lot of different people.
Well, thank you.
for different events and things like that because I just believe in it so much. It's just so wonderful.
Well, thank you. I appreciate
Process.
that. We're obviously biased, but
A little.
but it's okay.
Because I love you, but
Well, I
still-
love you and I appreciate it. But yeah, no, it's good
But
stuff.
still, I wouldn't buy it if I didn't think it was good for my family.
Right. Well, and that's the whole
yeah.
thing is if you're gonna put your name on something,
Yep.
you want I wouldn't feed
Quality.
it to your family if I wouldn't feed it to mine. So
Right. That's right. So I encourage everyone to go to Key Farms on Maple Street or in Bremen.
Yep.
And Bremen's on Pacific Avenue
Avenue,
now.
yeah. So
Y'all
it's right on the
changed-
highway.
Y'all moved
Yep.
over there near where the old Texaco was.
Yep. Yep.
Or is it still there? Is the Texaco still
It's
over there on
not.
that? Okay.
It's not. It's where it's in the old Tom's Cleaners. If you're from Bremen
Yes.
or around Bremen, so that's where it actually is
I
now.
remember that.
Yep.
I have a funny story. This isn't about me, but I'm going to say it anyway.
I do.
So at the old Texaco, I was young and Zach was a baby and I was a single mother and I had $1 left before I got paid. This is so funny. And it was like a Wednesday. I was going to get paid Friday and he needed diapers. Well, I don't know how smart this was of me, but I'm like, I've only got $1, right? So I go in there and they had a lottery ticket machine. And I put my $1 in there and I pushed the button and it was a Lady Luck ticket. I'll never forget it. I don't know if they do those anymore or whatever, but it was called Lady Luck. And I was like, I really could use some luck right now because my baby needs diapers. And so I pushed the button and I won $20 on that card.
Shut the front door.
Yes, enough to buy Zach
Look
a
at
pack
God.
of diapers.
He
I'm
even works
telling
through
you,
the lotto.
Through the lottery.
I mean, it happens. Stranger things have happened. I'm
That's
telling
right.
you.
That's right. But yeah, I'll never forget that. That was such a, I was just like, I was so thankful.
Oh
you
yeah.
know, 'cause,
Well,
you know,
I mean,
when you're
we've all
and
been
poor,
there, and like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah,
How's
exactly.
this gonna work? And somehow, it always
it
works out. Yep,
That's right.
for
Yep.
sure.
So I want to go back for a minute too, though, because I think you're being a little modest here. When you graduated high school, were you not 16 years old?
No.
Oh, you weren't?
I started college at 16.
Okay, you started
I just
college
got
at 16.
the credits.
So you had 2 years of college in by the time you were 18.
Yes, yeah.
So by the time you graduated college, you were 20, West Georgia, and then you went on to medical school.
At the time, I think I've been told I don't have like a certificate or anything, but at the time I was, I think, the youngest graduate that University School of Medicine had. Now they've had someone younger now come through, but yeah, I turned 21 in medical school, so all these people thought this is fantastic. You know, we're gonna have this party for this kid turning 21. Everybody was older than me, but it was fun. You know, I had to figure out how to settle down and put my nose to the grindstone pretty quickly. But
I'm sure
it was good. It was a good experience.
That's a lot for such a young person, though. You know, because it just seems like you've always been so driven. And where did that come from?
You know, all my people are really hardworking people, but essentially blue collar. My stepdad was an educator, but he was really the first person like I knew with a college education. And I don't know, you know, when people believe in you and tell you can be anything you want to be, you as a child, you just kind of believe that. You know, I believe when you speak things over your kids like that, they believe it. Good, bad, or ugly, they believe it. So my parents were just amazing people who just believed us and expected us to do well. Like God gave you a good brain, put it to good use. Yeah. But the medical side of things, there are no doctors, nurses, anything in my family. So I don't know. It's just always something that's fascinating to me. How intricately our bodies are designed, how they work, like all of that was just so fascinating to me. And also, just, you know, doctors generally have a reputation as being good people and people who are helpers and people who are walking through hard things with other people. Like it's a respectable profession where you can impact your community, but also individual lives for the positive. And I don't know, just drawn to that. And I think that's been the greatest honor as a physician is you walk through, it kind of dawned on me a couple of years ago that I probably know things about people that the person they lay in the bed with every night doesn't know about them. You know, it's a very intimate relationship in a sense, especially as a family physician. It's a long-term relationship usually with people. And to know that you're trusted with that kind of information, that you're walking through seasons of life with people that can be very heavy, it's definitely an honor. And then now I'm at a point in my career where the babies I used to see are having babies of their own, you know, and the moms who are stressed about their young adult children are now senior citizens and, you know, whatever it is, it's just walking through those seasons of life with people. It's just an honor. It really is an honor. And so I don't know. I've just always been drawn to that. There was a time in college where I thought about going to PA school. My stepdad had the insight to say that I was too bossy to work for anybody else, so I might as well just press on. And he was not wrong.
Right.
He is not wrong. So here we are.
And now you are building your empire or have already built it.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I think like right now, this geographical footprint is about as much as I can handle. I don't know what's next.
It's a lot.
Yeah, we're kind of, like I said, we're dealing with some credentialing, billing, coding stuff, like refreshing all that. And I think when you pray for God to elevate you, He starts at the foundation because you can't build off a shaky foundation. So there are just things that we're going through personally, professionally right now that I feel like, okay, He's just peeling back all these layers and saying, okay, let's go back to square one and solidify this. And then we'll put the next block back on. And that's not necessarily fun, but it's always important to kind of revisit and not ever make assumptions that things are fine, like that you're continually kind of process perfecting as you go. So that's where we are right now, process perfecting, I think you'd say, and putting in improvements in like the all the stuff I don't like to talk about, like budgets. I call that the B word, and
I know.
standard operating guidelines, all these sorts of things. It's like, bleh. Let's
I
just go
know.
take good care of people.
Yeah.
Which we are doing and will continue to do. But what's next? I don't know. But I think that's where all the things we're working on right now that are technical and require a lot of attention to detail and all these things. I think that's all leading to like we're strengthening this foundation so that when we build again, it's on a solid rock moving forward. So
Well, I can't wait to see what's coming next.
me either. I'm just kidding.
It's exciting.
It is. It's fun. It's just a really wonderful feeling to see a need and be able to meet a need. That's a good feeling.
You know, you made such a good point too about being a family practitioner. You know, so my family practitioner from when I was 10 was Dr. Moran,
Yeah.
Dr. Dennis Moran. And honestly, when he retired, I literally cried.
Yeah.
It was like I was losing my
A family
father.
member. Yeah. Yeah, for
You
sure.
know, because I had grown up seeing him. My children went to see him, you know, after they got through with the pediatrician, like the first, maybe when they started around 10 years old or whatever, they started seeing him, you know, and it was just, it is such a deep relationship.
For sure.
And when you have people like him and you who really
Genuinely care.
yes, and take that to heart, because I just remember he had so many patients, but he always took the time to sit with you, talk to you, you know, ask you questions, and was just genuinely interested.
Yeah.
You know, I still see him walking on the greenbelt.
Yeah.
He walks on
Yeah.
the greenbelt
Yeah.
every day, he and his wife. But yeah, it's just such a deep, meaningful relationship. I think that no other doctor, I don't think could really have, you know, because I
Right.
mean, you see people through all walks
Yeah.
of life. You see
Yeah.
them for their physicals, you see them for when they're sick, you know, just so many different.
And let's be honest,
things.
like it's there's so much more to being healthy than just the numbers on a piece of paper. It's not just this cholesterol number that you're treating, you know, and somebody's not sleeping well. You know, there's so many reasons that people don't sleep well. It's really, you know, it's important to know your people and have that relationship with them. And I don't know, it's a lot more than just a textbook, I think, can teach. But it has to do with people who genuinely care about what they're doing and the reasons they're doing it, you know. And once
Right.
you know you're cared about, you're more likely to listen to your doctor too and do what they say, you
that's
know,
true.
than just being another number
Right.
that they're trying to throw another drug at.
Yeah, and you know, you can certainly tell a difference with doctors who really feel a deep connection with their patients, and doctors who just look at the chart and go, "Oh, okay, so you've been having these problems. Okay, here we go. Here's your prescription, and we'll see you later or whatever." But
A lot of life can't be fixed with a pill, you know.
right, yeah, and and I think the most important thing, and maybe especially for women, probably is to know that we're heard and seen and heard, and we can actually feel comfortable talking with someone about, you know, our issues. Because I mean, like, I know when I grew up, you didn't really talk to anyone
Right.
about anything that was going with you, and you felt very embarrassed to ask a doctor, you know, about the most basic things.
Tell you something I learned that's crazy. And I just learned this past couple of weeks. We did this sit down with some future leaders, students at the University of West Georgia, and they visit like different businesses and talk. So Eric and I were meeting with this group of students and we're talking, and one of their professors, I guess, teaches some women's studies kind of things. And she mentioned that tampons weren't studied for like truly study like what's in them and the long-term effects they may have until like 2000 and something. And I was like, what? So then I had to go do a little digging on my own, you know, sorting through fact and fiction with the AI
right.
stuff. You know, I started digging on my own. Okay, so women weren't really ever included in clinical trials until like 1993. And I don't know, I didn't get far enough in it to know what happened in 1993 to change things. But prior to that, we were considered too variable with lactating, breastfeeding, hormonal cycles, pregnancies, all these things to be included in clinical trials. So basically, up until the mid 90s, let's say, all of medicine was built around men. Isn't that wild?
That is so crazy.
So, no, I mean, and this is part of what we do with like our hormone therapy program, our weight loss program, all that kind of stuff. God did not use a cookie cutter when he made each of us.
Right.
You know, we're all a little different. So I always tell my patients, but particularly women, is like, you live in that body. So you know when something's not right.
Yes. Yeah. And there's
But more than
nothing
I'm going to
worse.
know. So, you know, tell
Yeah.
me. I mean, you know, listen to it.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than a doctor kind of ignoring your, you know, a genuine, you know, request for help. Like,
And
hey,
hormonal-
something's wrong with me. I don't know what it is. You know.
Hormonal changes are real. Like the hormonal impact that, you know, women go through from the time they hit puberty till the time it's over and done with. Like, that's serious business, you know?
Oh yeah, for sure.
And we just kind of get, historically, we've just sort of been brushed off with that stuff.
Yeah.
But you don't have to feel like crap all the time.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
And you know, I have a I don't know if she'd want me to share this, but so I know someone who had a baby, and she was feeling kind of bad, like her stomach was feeling bad, and she felt like she had a hernia. She had a lot of pain, you know. And so she went to her doctor. This was after she'd had the baby. She went to her doctor and told her, you know, I'm having a lot of pain in my stomach. And the doctor said, oh, you know, that's just from the C-section. Don't worry about it. Well, then 6 weeks later, she was in the hospital after she had a very serious infection in her stomach. And the doctor didn't order a CT scan, nothing like that. This was a female doctor.
Yeah.
And she just said, oh, it's just the C-section pain. That's all it is. You know, she could have simply ordered a test that would have shown, but yeah, instead she went like another 4 weeks before.
Till it almost was really bad.
There was a severe thing that happened where they found out there was an infection, and I was just floored by that.
Well, I think the flip side of this then is from like putting my boss hat back on or running an organization hat back on, is it's important for healthcare providers. I mean, they have like the highest rates of suicide, addiction, divorce. Like we're right,
Wow.
doctors, lawyers,
You're up there with police officers.
and police officers. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And so I think it's so important. Like when I needed an alternate schedule, when I needed to do something different, when I was feeling burnout or facing health issues, I need to do something different. I need to be in a work environment where I could do that. I think that is important for people in our profession to be. I think our profession as a whole needs to listen and say like, hey, when providers are burnt out, they're not providing good care.
Exactly.
You know, because I don't think any doctor's ever gone into medicine because they don't care about people.
Right,
You know, you're going because there's something in you that wants to be a helper, you know? So there's some reason that doctor dismissed this patient. I mean, in a modern day and time. And so I'm not making an excuse. I'm just saying that's why I think it's so important on both sides. Listen to your body, you know, and
yes. And it's important to
take care of your mental health
and say, wait, no, I really do think there's a problem. But you know, the thing is when we, I mean, like in my generation, when a doctor said something, you were like, yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to say yes, sir, because
in
my generation, I had all male doctors.
You didn't question it.
Yeah, you didn't question it. They, you know, and so like you're kind of, you think that way, you know, you're like, they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know, but I think it's very important for women and men, if there is a problem and the doctor kind of just, you know, dismisses it, then to, you know, go back and just say, no, you know, there really is a problem.
Yeah.
We need to figure out what's going on.
Advocate for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. So, because she could have died from that.
It's terrifying.
And she was on a wound vac for like 3 months. She had to take more time off of work, and just, it was a nightmare.
Yeah, that is awful. That's scary.
Mm-hmm. So let's go to something good now.
Cheerier.
Let's talk about something good now.
Cheerier.
Do you do, so do you guys have, you're probably going to do this in the future if you don't, but do y'all have like a OB/GYN?
We have a nurse midwife who's on our staff in Bremen. So we don't do the OB part of things, but we do the non-surgical GYN side of things. So
all right.
pap smears, pelvic exams, IUDs, Nexplanon, all that kind of stuff. She does all that sort of thing for us. Yeah, I mean, 316 Women's Health, that'd be ideal, right? someday. And a men's health. Like I have this men's health clinic in my mind that looks like a man cave kind of.
That would be
you
awesome.
don't get the bourbon and cigar, but
Right.
it's got that vibe,
Yeah,
that sort of thing. So
Zach says, no, I'm not going.
listen,
now.
I sleep in the same bed with my husband every night, right? But he can walk into my office and his blood pressure spikes. Like he's got legit white coat syndrome.
Yeah.
I'm like, we sleep in the same bed. I'm just going to check your blood pressure. What is your problem?
Right.
He just is like legit. He doesn't do needles. He doesn't do whatever. So it's been like immersion therapy for him the past 8 years. I'm just kidding. But the whole premise behind our offices and the way we kind of design them, set them up, everything is about being comfortable,
and they
making
really
it really
are. They
cozy and
don't
comfortable.
look sterile at all. They're like really beautiful.
They are clean. And,
oh, yeah,
and they,
yeah.
No,
So
I know.
No, they
I know.
look dirty. No,
I know you
they
didn't, but
they're extremely clean, but it's just more homey.
Yeah, that's the whole point. Is like that marriage of 4-man function. So
yeah,
that's the goal. But yeah, there's no telling what could be down the road. But again, where's the need and how can we meet it? And
right.
keep on keeping on with that. We do have the free clinics. I guess I should mention those. We have like a foundation arm, Be the Light Medical Missions, and we go to Honduras at least twice a year and run 4 or 5 clinics there for really, 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 like, it's a level of poverty you can't imagine until you see it. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. So that's what keeps us going back. But to see the positive effects that just vitamins has on a very remote population as far as the decrease in birth defects we've seen just over the course of 3 or 4 years.
Wow.
It's crazy. I mean, prenatal vitamins really are an important thing. But anyway.
Absolutely.
But we do about 8 or 12 clinics locally as well, free every month. One at Catalyst Church.
Wait a minute. You do 8 to 12. Did you say 8 to 12 every month?
Yeah.
So where do you do these?
We
clinics?
have some retired doctors and nurses, and then our staff as well. Some of them we host at our Bremen Family Medicine Clinic. There's another clinic across town in Bremen that's the home base of our Healing Grace mobile clinic. There's one that happens in Tallapoosa at a church, at Catalyst Church here in Carrollton. So there's just several locations, mostly churches. One in Polk County, in Cedartown.
Wow, really? All the way in Polk.
Yeah. The dream is to someday have like a literal mobile clinic, like on a bus, that you can go into communities or areas where transportation's not readily available, access is less.
Yeah.
Right now, we're kind of using local churches who want to host a free clinic as that center. So we partner with several local churches and do that several times a month. And there's no pre-qualifier. You can just call our office and schedule it. People who are uninsured or don't have access to healthcare otherwise, and try to help get them plugged in for other resources if they need them, and go from there.
Yeah, that would probably be a good. I don't know. Y'all might work with Gila Gonzalez with the Carroll County Family Connection.
Yep.
I'm sure y'all connect everyone with all those types of resources.
Yeah, for sure. She's amazing.
Yeah, she is.
We need to convince her to not retire.
I know, for sure.
Those are big shoes to fill.
Yeah, definitely. So on the Be the Light, so you said all the care is free. So who do you actually treat? Is it someone who says, hey, I've got a cold, I need to be seen to get an antibiotic, or how does that work?
Our only kind of restriction is we don't do controlled substances out of our free clinic. I feel like there's kind of an obvious reasons for that, so anybody.
Any kind of illness, any kind of...
Yeah.
Do you guys do like regular maintenance on people, like if they have diabetes or high blood pressure?
And I would say that's the lion's share of the people that we're seeing are people who have diabetes, high blood pressure, who are probably middle-aged. They're not young enough to be on like a Medicaid peach state program, not old enough to be on Medicare. So they're working, but they don't have insurance, or maybe they're out of work. They don't have insurance. It is not cheap to get health care,
no, it's not.
generally speaking. So it's just, that's the lion's share, I'd say, of what we're seeing in managing chronic conditions for people who otherwise might not
be doing it.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have medicine or access to people to care, access to care.
And, I feel like we live in the most giving community.
Totally.
If you need it in this area, somebody's going to help you get it.
Yep. That's right.
There's so many organizations, but there's almost so many organizations that sometimes people don't know where to start, or, the left hand doesn't know what the right hand's doing, whatever, or where to go to get this particular thing, or maybe even that exists. So trying to really help people, not only just can we get health care, but what other resources can we plug you into, or people can we connect you with, or organizations that we could connect you with to help you get back on your feet, that sort of thing.
I had no idea you did 8 to 13. Is that what
8
you said?
to 12, yeah.
8 to 12 clinics a month. Wow. That's, so you have some providers that
Oh,
do it.
yeah.
Are these all volunteers?
Yes, yeah. It's all volunteer staff.
So retired doctors or
and
primarily?
that's what a lot of it is people who want to still contribute, practice, but don't want to be like tied down to the office every day. So Dr. Ogden's the primary one, and then all of our providers, it's part of working at 316 is you're going to contribute to the free clinic. So we all volunteer some, and we did get a grant that we can hire like a nurse practitioner.
Wonderful.
So, but that in itself is, trying to find somebody who's willing to travel all over the community and see these, sometimes difficult patients or ones that don't follow up, and that's your primary job. So, but yeah, that's the goal. The goals are have it staffed full time.
Yeah.
Have a bus. That'd be awesome.
I'm sure you'll make that happen.
One of these days. One of these
days.
days.
I know you will. But no, that's a wonderful program. And, if people, do you accept volunteers?
Oh, yeah. Just
So-
reach out to us via email, Facebook, social media, whatever. We'll get you plugged in.
Okay. All right. So if there are any medical professionals out there who want to volunteer, or do they have to be a medical professional? Would
No,
it
you don't
be-
have to be a medical. Certainly medical professionals are welcome,
Yeah.
but you don't have to be. I mean, anybody can learn to sweep the floor, take out the trash. We
Right,
do like a little HIPAA training with anybody that's a
Sure.
non-clinical volunteer, just because it's important to protect people's
Oh, yeah.
privacy.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah,
And they could also contribute monetarily.
of course.
You do
of course.
a benefit every year for the Be the Light.
Speaking of,
Yeah.
okay,
Tell us about it.
we are going to do the barn dance again this year at
Oh,
some point,
good.
but those are the early planning stages. But our testicle festival this year.
Oh my gosh. That is so funny. That's when I sent you a text. I'm like, you are the GOAT for coming up with this name.
My mother was like, I cannot
great.
believe you were calling it this. And I was like, it's an anatomical word.
Yeah,
Like,
it was that
this
was
rolls off the
amazing.
tongue.
Yes,
It's a
it
men's
does.
health event. But it is going to be Father's Day weekend. So it's going to be June the 19th at the
perfect.
farm. So we're doing a testicle festival / farm run 5K. So people can come do like a cross country run on the farm. It is a qualifier for the Peachtree. Soul Roots is helping us
Nice.
put this on. But we're going to have West Georgia's bus out there. So that'll be our draw station to get free PSAs checked. We're going to have some Key Farm smash burgers available. Like
yummy.
we're doing food vendors, fun for the whole family, but it's a fundraiser 5K farm run and the testicle festival. So come on out.
All at once.
Yeah. Come run. Come get
I
your
love
PSA drawn. Come eat some Rocky Mountain oysters.
Oh God.
My nephews were tearing those things
Oh,
up.
you're kidding
The first
me.
year they had no idea what they were.
Oh no, I don't know if I could get past the thought in my head.
They had no
I-
idea. Once we told them, they were like, well, it's still pretty good. So we'll see
Yeah.
if they eat them this year.
Right. So that is a fundraiser
For
the
Be the Light. Yep.
Okay.
For Be
and
the
how
Light.
much does it cost for a race?
$25, I think.
Oh,
Yeah, for your
that's-
race entry. Yeah.
And it's a Peachtree qualifier.
Yeah. So we'll be, we'll probably reach out with sponsorships, that sort of thing for the
Yeah.
T-shirts soon too. But
Reach out to me. Definitely.
the
Yeah.
registration actually goes live this week through Soul Roots.
Oh,
so,
perfect.
Yeah.
Good. And it's June 19th, the weekend
Yes,
of
the
June
weekend
19th,
of Father's Day. So it's that
weekend.
Saturday morning. Yeah.
Perfect. What a great time to have it.
Yeah, and it's the part of the farm is in Carrollton where we're doing the run. It's on Brock Road. It's beautiful out there.
On what road?
Brock Road
Okay.
in Carrollton is beautiful. A really it's called Farmers High kind of vicinity out there. It's just a
Yeah.
really agricultural. It's beautiful. So it's gonna be fun.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, we're excited about that.
Heck yeah.
Hopefully we can help out with that too.
I hope so.
Well, thank you so much for
Well,
coming.
thank you for having
today.
me.
And I love learning more about you and your business always because there's always something new going on and we just love it. I'm
Well,
so proud
thank
of
you.
you.
Well,
and
thank you.
Without trying to sound, like I'm patronizing you because you are a doctor. But I'm so very proud of everything that you've
Thank
done.
you.
And I know there's a lot of people in this community who are so proud of you and
thank you.
just can't wait to see what else you do.
Well, I appreciate it. It's a we do kind of thing, not a
Yeah.
me do. So wouldn't be possible without all my wonderful, great people and family and friends
Right.
like you. So I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, I hope you'll come back. I know we were
Definitely.
talking about doing a Q&A maybe with the doctor.
Oh, nice.
So
Yeah, I'll be
I'd
glad
love
to.
have you
I
come
would love
back.
to do that.
All right.
Thank
so
you.
much,
Thank
Dr.
you.
Key. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hi there. Welcome to the West Georgia Woman Magazine podcast, where stories come to life and voices from our community take center stage. Hosted right here in West Georgia, this podcast is all about connection, growth, and real conversations. Each episode, we sit down with inspiring women, local business owners, creatives, and community leaders to talk about their journeys, what they've built, what they've overcome, and what's next. From entrepreneurs in leadership to lifestyle, family, and personal growth, we're here to highlight the people and stories shaping our region. Whether you're looking for motivation, insight, or just a great story, you're in the right place. You could listen to West Georgia Woman Magazine podcast on Podbean or wherever you stream your favorite podcasts. Just search West Georgia Woman Magazine podcast and hit follow so you never miss an episode.